Hello, everyone. I'm Katia Kolovea, co-founder of the Silhouette Awards, and I'm excited to be joined today by one of this year's mentor and mentee partnerships. We have with us Patricia Lopez, mentor based in Dubai. Hello, Patricia. Nice to see you.
Hi, Katia. Hi, Luis.
And we have our mentee, Luis Mora, who is based in Costa Rica. I'm very excited. I have never been to Costa Rica, so, it's really nice to be talking with you. And uh, we are very, very excited to find out more about your process, about your journey. Right now, you are towards the end of this process, so I'm sure you have lots of insights and reflections to share with us. And we will start with you, Luis, with the first question that we have prepared, which is really to kind of reflect on the mentorship goals that you had when you applied to the program. So many months ago, and how have this progressed and developed with your collaboration with Patricia?
Well, thank you so much for this meeting, Katia. And also, well, I would like to say for this question, when I apply, I was curious and eager to learn, but I didn't realize yet how expansive and transformative this experience will be. So at the start, my main goal was to see like how a lighting designer's career looks like in the other side of the world. As I told Patricia, like in many times here in Costa Rica, we don't have this field is not as huge as we would like to have, and as it is in other parts of the world. So I really wanted to open my mind to see how this area operates. And well, when I met Patricia, she didn't just give me a glimpse of this. She actually showed me like a huge perspective of how this career in lighting design looks like. So I think it was really nice to think about it and to see the ways that you can really shape your professional career if you follow like with really open eyes what Patricia did and has done to until now.
That's fantastic. So it gives you like a very good insight of what is possible as well to look, because also
Totally.
the locations are very important because it's very different to be a designer based in the UK, which is very, very developed in terms of like what the architectural lighting design profession is, and very different to be also here in Greece, where I'm actually joining today on this call, but also to lots of different places around the world, including Costa Rica and this part of the world. Patricia, would you like to add some insights here, or some reflections on what Luis just shared?
Yes, of course. And first of all, Katia and the Silhouette Awards team, a big thank you. I think this is amazing what you're doing. And as you were saying, one of the things that impressed me the most is the global movement, right? Because I couldn't have imagined to mentor someone from Costa Rica. You're right now in Greece. I'm in Dubai. And yes, so first of all, what you mentioned is very true. And when I met Luis, I was first of all impressed because even though he did not know if to commit to the path of lighting, because he was always interested in lighting, but he has an amazing job at Gensler, which is a very multinational firm. So I was trying to, in a very subtle way, understand what he really wanted, but he knew it all the way. I think he was very clear that he really wanted lighting. And as the months developed, I saw him with more clarity. So for me, that was great. And basically, I've been just impressed and inspired overall. I think that sometimes just having this call is inspiring for me because what I want to give is practical advice. You know, I think that all of us architects have a very solid, I know, studies and formation, but I think that my role as a mentor has been to be very practical, to tell him, for example, from my experience in working as a client, what the lighting design process is all the way. So it's been great, and I think Luis has done a very good job. And now his path is clearly going to lighting as well. So I'm very happy for that.
Very, very exciting, and also something that we always share with all mentors and mentees of the program is that we are here for the long run to celebrate every single achievement that you guys are going to be doing in your careers as mentors and as mentees. So yes, we are expecting to be part of your journey and learning more and more about the different steps and the things that you do. And actually, that ties really perfectly with the next question that we have for you, which is if you had to summarize your journey, your mentorship journey in 3 words, what would you say? And I will go first with you, Luis.
Okay. Yeah, I will say global as the first word because it's really nice to have this experience. You don't know how to expect about this, so it's really amazing the way you can develop like this meeting with, in this case, with Patricia and learn something new, not just based on lighting design, but also the way you can learn how they communicate and how they present ideas and all this stuff in our career from people in other part of the world. My second word will be path because that's something I would like to develop and that's something I'm trying to look for right now in my life. And I think I really have like a very solid base, sorry, in what I'm doing right now in my current job. But also I would like to have like my own career path developed by me. And I think lighting design is something huge part of it. And finally, I will say enlightenment because that's what I got from Patricia with all this journey, and it has been impressive to see how she works.
Great.
Thank you.
Really nice words. We are also collecting them. You see, I'm taking notes. Want to put
Okay.
them all together.
Good idea.
Always very insightful and different from each mentorship. Yeah. So, Patricia, what are your 3 words?
So my words, which I had to think about a lot, are inspired, grateful, and meaningful. So just to summarize each one, as I mentioned, inspired because this program has given me a lot of inspiration and actually many ideas for future projects and collaborations. Grateful to Katia, to the Silhouette Awards and Luis, because expecting the call really has been very motivational for me and meaningful because I think it's what you make of it, right? So I've decided to really do my best and give it a meaning of knowledge and of sharing everything that I can with Luis.
And you did.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Actually, that really goes very well also with the next question, which is some words of wisdom. And what we are trying to say by that is, what advice would you give to someone who is considering to apply to the Silhouette Awards this year? And I think, again, let's start now with me, with you, Patricia. But I want you to think on 2 different ways. One is, what advice would you give to a young designer with up to 8 years of experience that they will apply to become potential mentees? But also, if you would like to comment briefly on the mentor side, would be really nice to also have your advice to a potential mentor who would like to join the program as a mentor.
Great. So, first of all, I think that my advice to anyone who wants to join as a mentee this program would be to really make the best of it, because I wish I had had that opportunity to be able to speak to on a regular basis with someone that has gone through all of the learning curve. So that can give you actually an advantage to be every time be prepared. So study your mentor's background. So, for example, maybe a mentor is more specialized in a certain discipline in a certain type of project. So study it and just make the best of it. Prepare good questions, and yes, just go for it. I think apply, do the best that you can in the video, because I think the video that I reviewed, I think it was like around 40. They were really well done. So I think that you just need to make time for it and just take make the most of this opportunity, because, as I mentioned, it's an amazing program. And for the mentor, I would say to take it as an honor, because even though, yes, we're all tight on time, we need to balance our jobs. But for me, this has been like a source of joy and like an honor, as I mentioned, and just having the opportunity to mentor someone who's so young can really be very inspirational. Sometimes Luis asks me questions that I have to think about, and I'm thinking, well, I mean, I should know this, but no, it makes you go back to to the beginning. So I think it's very inspirational. Take it as an honor. Be very generous. And I think that whatever you give always comes back to you. So just for me, it's an honor. So yes.
Go for it. Apply to
Mm.
be part.
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And what about you, Luis? Like having been through this experience now that also you applied, you created the video, you had to wait for some time to get the results and see if you are a winner. What advice would you give to a person who is considering to apply for this year when the mentorship beginning, the application begins in September? What advice would you give them?
Yeah, well, I will say the first step, don't leave the video for the end. That's what happened to me. But first of all, prepare like a small script about yourself. Don't get pressure about to do your best video. It took me like 15 videos to send the last one. Finally try to be like yourself in that video because it's like something new, you know, like speaking about you with people that you don't know and you don't really know what they're looking for or expecting of you. So don't be shy to share who you are and the things you like and what you do in your daily life. And well, also I would like to add like a couple of advice for if you get picked up. And I think one of the most important is to be prepared and proactive in your sessions. Don't expect to your mentor to do all the work or to guide all the session. I think it's very important to for you to have like a lot of questions. Ask anything you want. Don't be shy about it, and try to have like a specific questions in many different fields or things you want to learn. That's what I did with Patricia in the first meeting. I think that was really great because we just don't only share about our interests as a professionals, but also things about we have in common that is really important to have like a good chemistry between mentor and mentee. Also, well, heads up, be flexible with the time zones. Sometimes you will be getting up 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. to have a meeting, but
Yeah.
that's really funny. And finally, and I think this is the most important, even if you are considering applying and when you get into the program, really, but please really be prepare and observe how your mentor communicates, the way they share their ideas, the way they approach to someone else out of the Silhouette teams, or in this case, for example, with our sponsor, Formal Lighting. It was really impressive to see how Patricia managed all the communication, the words they used to have like a very good meeting with them, the way she guides the conversation. That was really impressive for me.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to share, and also I'm glad also that you mentioning about the formal lighting because indeed like our core and power sponsors on the program, they have the opportunity to connect with a pairing of a mentor and mentee and contribute in a more direct way on their journey. Of course, all the mentors, the sponsors are here to bring resources to the to this program, but also it's really beautiful to know how your connection and the different things that you are developing, how they are supporting. So thank you, Luis and Patricia, for sharing
Thank
this
you.
experience as well. I think it's very important to have this feedback of how helpful this has been and opening also another door on this path of your journeys. This is beautiful. I don't know, like Patricia, if you would like to comment on anything that Luis shared now in the end. It's just that I think I cut you while you were about to say something. Uh,
No, I was just thanking Luis for his feedback because I don't have a lot of feedback lately. But thank you. And I think that, this has been a very well-rounded program. Like it has exposed myself and of course Luis to different aspects of the profession, starting with, I don't know, the career path, then a little bit of education of how do you handle projects in lighting, and also like how what the partnerships with manufacturers are. Like for example, when we spoke to Forma about events that we could possibly collaborate in, we introduced them also to Dark Sky International, so they could start their line possibly, or they could certify something. So I think that the strategy, what Luis was referring to, like the strategy of how to deal with manufacturers, so it's a win-win conversation, how to always be under the umbrella under the principles of Silhouette Awards, and of course always having the focus and the goal and the goals that Luis has set very clearly since the beginning. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say.
That's beautiful. Thank you both so, so much. On behalf of the entire Silhouette Awards team, thank you for sharing your insights and dedicating this time to be here with me. We can't wait to also see how this relationship grows and progress in the future. Like we know that the 6 months is just the beginning of those relationships, and then it's beautiful to see how a mentor and mentee reunite on different parts of the world or collaborate on different ways. So truly thank you for being part of the program and sharing those beautiful updates.
That's great. Thank you, Katia
Thank you, Katia.
and
Yeah.
Luis.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.